Check out Navin Lalo Streamer Network for all your streaming needs. We provide multiple angles, video and photo slides, clean audio, recording a full live stream. Contact us at 335-0205. Remember the name, Navin Lalo Streamer Network, bringing real-time events to you.
वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मन मुकुर सुधार। वरनो रघुवर विमल यश जो दायक पलचार। बुधहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। भल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। सियापति रामचंद्र जी की जय शरण। गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश।
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 शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश।
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश
शरणं गणेश शरणं गणेश।
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश।
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश।
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश।
शिवानंदन गणपति गणेश।
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश।
गौरी गणेश उमा महेश पार्वती नंदन श्री गणेश।
हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल।
हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल।
हे नंद नंद गोपाल आनंद नंद गोपाल।
हे नंद उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहा जो सोवत है। उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहा जो सोवत है। जो जागत है सो पावत है, जो सोवत है सो खोवत है। उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहा जो सोवत है। सुख नींद से अखियाँ खोल जरा, और अपनी ईशा से ध्यान लगा। सुख नींद से अखियाँ खोल जरा, और अपनी ईशा से ध्यान लगा। यह प्रीति करन की रीति नहीं, प्रभु जागत है तू सोवत है। उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहा जो सोवत है। जो कल करना है आज कर ले, जो आज करना है अब कर ले। जो कल करना है आज कर ले, जो आज करना है अब कर ले। जब चिड़ियों ने छुग खेत लिया, फिर पछताए क्या होवत है। उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहा जो सोवत है। नादान भुगत करनी अपनी, ऐ पापी पाप में चैन कहाँ। नादान भुगत करनी अपनी, ऐ पापी पाप में चैन कहाँ। जब पाप की घटारी शीश धरी, फिर शीश पकड़ क्यों रोवत है। उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहा जो सोवत है। जो जागत है सो पावत है, जो सोवत है सो खोवत है। उत जाग मुसाफिर भोर भई, अब रैन कहा जो सोवत है।
So I'd like to join in singing this bhajan. It's a composition of Sri 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 Ganapati Sachidananda Swamiji. Pahi Pahi Gajanana. So we pray and ask Lord Ganesh to shower blessings upon the soul of our dear beloved mom.
पाहि पाहि गजानना, पार्वती नंद गजानना।
पाहि पाहि गजानना, पार्वती नंद गजानना।
पाहि पाहि गजानना, पार्वती नंद गजानना।
पाहि
Pavo Sharanam Samba Shankara ki. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya. Pavo Sharanam Samba Shankara. So we'll all join in this very simple song. I know everyone here knows it. Ramakrishna Hare. Please join your voices.
So while we sing these bhajans, I know everyone here will know Ma. As we sing, we pray and ask Bhagwan, wherever the soul may be on its journey, we pray and ask your blessings upon it. Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murare Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare Mukunda Murare Panduranga Panduranga Rama Krishna Hare Panduranga Panduranga
Rama Krishna
Jai Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ramchandra ki jai. So we'll ask Bhushan to do one bhajan, and after Rishma will do a couple slokas from Sri Ramcharitmanas.
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय
कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय
राधा बोलो राधा बोलो राधा बोलो
राधा बोलो राधा बोलो राधा बोलो
शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो
शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोपिका माला हरी प्यारी माया मेरा मन विहारी मदन मोहन मुरली दान कृष्ण जय
गोपिका माला हरी प्यारी माया मेरा मन विहार मदन मोहन मुरलीधरे कृष्ण जय
गोपिका माला हरी प्यारी माया मेरा मन विहारी मदन मोहन मुरली दान कृष्ण जय
गोपिका माला हरी प्यारी माया मेरा मन विहार मदन मोहन मुरलीधरे कृष्ण जय
कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय
जय कृष्ण जय कृष्ण जय
राधा बोलो राधा बोलो राधा बोलो
राधा बोलो राधा बोलो राधा बोलो
शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो
शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो शिवा बोलो
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
गोविंद कृष्ण जय गोपाल कृष्ण जय गोपाल बाल बाल राधा कृष्ण जय
So we'll join some slokas from Sri Ramcharitmanas.
जय सुमिरता सिद्धि हो
कपीराय ओ रामा देखि खरश कपीराय सिया वर रामचंद्र जी की जय शरणम शंकर हरि ओम जय जय सिया राम जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम जय जय सिया राम. Sitaram everyone. Just to present a small katha from Sri Ramcharitamanas, and the Doha picks us up where Hanumanji crossed the ocean to Lanka to look for Mata Sita. And he was looking for her all over. He did not know where he was. He was in a strange new land because they did not even know that Lanka had existed before they were told that Mother Sita was carried across the ocean. And we all know the story. Lord Hanuman jumped across the ocean or leapt across the ocean to get to Mother Sita. So he is flying around, looking for her in this land of them. It must be demons, because who else would kidnap an innocent woman and take her away from her husband and from her family, right? It must be bad people. It must be demons. So while flying around, he saw something that really surprised him. And what do you think this was? It was, he saw a temple and he saw tulsi plants. And it shocked him because he said, but this is a land of demons. What is this doing here? I think I need to investigate this. And as our late Pandit Sunil used to say, how do you identify where good people are? When you are in a land and if you are new to somewhere, what would give you a clue as to who you should associate with, right? How would you know who, how to start looking for good people? And this is a good start. So when we were coming in here, it's the first time I've come into here, and I saw your temple out front, and I told Bhushan, I said, wow, are we going in there to sing? Because that looks like a beautiful temple, right? So in the same way, Hanumanji is saying, oh, wow, look at that beautiful temple with those beautiful tulsi plants around it. I must go and investigate and find out how is this located here, right? There must be a good person here. Okay, so, this is one of the ways that people know who we are, and as Hindus, this is one of the ways that people know we are Hindu as well, right? Now, in no way am I saying that Hindu people are the only good people, but we know we are Hindus and we want to know other Hindu people. And this is one of the ways, and I know long time people used to have the tulsi tree in the middle of the yard, and they would, the woman would offer jal and things to it. Now we have our tulsi plants in our yard, and in the same way, let's find out who has this beautiful temple in Lanka.
Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Rama, Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama,
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Rama,
Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama,
Shri Ram Jaya Rama Jaya Jaya Rama,
Jai Ram Shri
So while Sri Hanumanji was reasoning with himself as to how to approach this person who lives in this beautiful place, Vibhishana, who is Ravan's younger brother, he was asleep and he woke up. And as soon as he woke up, he started chanting the name Ram, Ram, Ram. And when Hanumanji heard this, he was even more overjoyed because not only was this a good person, but this is a good person who knew his Lord and Master. So he doubly wanted to meet this person. Who is this good person and how does he know my Lord and Master among these demons? How is such a good person here? So he said, I know I want to make friends with him or be an acquaintance of his because he must be a good man and he would help me with my cause. Because, you know, your cause could be furthered by associating with good people. Now, what can we take from this? This means that when we have goals in life, we want to associate with the right people. Okay, because as the saying goes, friends will take you, but they won't bring you back. You must know who you are associating with. Okay, so I work in a secondary school, and today we had an incident where a girl who we know, never used to get into any trouble, got into trouble today because she started hanging out with some of the troublemakers. Okay, and now she is asking for a chance and saying, well, miss, I'm not usually into these kind of things, and it was a mistake, and so and so, but she has to face the punishment now. So I was telling her, but you have a goal in life, right? And you know that these other girls were suspended from school and all that before. Why would you associate with them? Well, so I was telling her, they are not going to take you anywhere good. You are going to become just like them. In the same way Hanumanji is saying, this good person, I have a good cause, this good person will help me. Associating with bad people will always carry you down the bad path. And associating with good people should take you towards your goal and the good path. Hanumanji, and we all know that he has the ability to change his appearance and change his form. He took the form of a Brahman and he went to Vibhishana. And he called out to Vibhishana. And Vibhishan, welcoming a guest into his home, said, "Come in, O Brahman, and tell me about yourself. What can I do for you? How can I be of your service?" Are you one of Hari's servants? Are you one just like me, someone who loves the Lord? Or are you Ram himself? Have you come to test me, my Lord? Because Vibhishan's goal in life was to meet his Lord. So he is asking, are you my Lord? Come to meet me. Are you him? Then Hanuman recognized that Vibhishana only goal in life was to be of service to Sri Ram. And he told him his name. He said, I am Hanuman, and I'm here in the service of my Lord. I'm here in the service of our Lord. And he told him his purpose, that someone has kidnapped my Lord's consort. Someone has kidnapped Sita Devi, and I'm here to search for her. Then they started to speak about Sri Ram, and both of them got lost for a minute, just talking about the virtues of Sri Ram. And when you meet good people, sometimes this is how it is. You go to a Ramayan Satsung sometime and you don't want to go back home because you have met good people there. And you have lots of things to talk about. You plan when is the next time you're going to prayers. I know whenever Datta, Kirtan, Mandali meets is always because we are planning to have an event, planning to have a prayers, planning to go somewhere to sing, So we always try to make good plans. And in the same way, Hanumanji and Vibhishana is just talking about the virtues of Sri Ram and how glorious it is to be in his service. And then Vibhishana said, tell me, Hanuman, how can I help you? And Hanuman says, do you know where Sita Devi is? Do you know where I can find her? Because this is my goal. At the end of everything that we've spoken about, this is my mission. I can't forget why I'm here. Okay? Yes, he was glad to have Vibhishana as a friend. He was glad to make friends, but he could not forget that this is what he had crossed the ocean for. And he knew that Sri Ram was waiting just to get this message. Was Sita Mata there? How was she doing? Because they had no information. Okay, how was she? What state was she in? So he knew that he must carry across a message. So he asked Vibhishana, how can you help me in my mission to get back that message to Sri Ram? And to end off, let's just hear what Vibhishana said to him.
Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram Jai Ram Shri Ram Jaya Jaya Ram
Shri Ram
Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram
So Vibhishana said, "Tell me what I can do for you, how I will help you. I am just a demon. I am of a low birth. How can I help you?" And Hanumanji says, "No, don't think of yourself like that. Look at me. What glory, what can I claim? I am just a monkey. And look at how I can be of service to Sri Ram." So don't think that in any small way that you've made a contribution, that God has not recognized that contribution. Any small way you can make your contribution to Dharma, you make your contribution, because it all counts, no matter how small. Don't ever think that your contribution is not worth anything. Every contribution helps. And Hanumanji says, "The Lord has smiled on us and we are in his service." Then Vibhishana said, "I will tell you, O great one, where Janaka's daughter is and the kind of life she is living here." And he told him that she was being kept in the Ashok Vatika and she was being guarded by these fierce demons. And that you have to be very careful in dealing with them, and that Ravana is a very powerful person. And Lord Hanuman is thinking to himself, I really need to succeed in this mission, but first I will go to see my mother, to see Mother Sita, see her condition for myself, and then I will find a way to free her from this bondage. And so saying, Hanumanji assumed his normal form and he left Vibhishana's residence in order to continue his search for Mother Sita, going towards the Ashok Vatika.
Thank you very much, Rishma ji. So we do this bhajan. Prem udita manasi kaho Ram Ram. So we'll all contemplate on that beautiful form of Lord Rama. Rama Rama Ram, Shri Rama Rama Ram, Rama Rama Ram, Prabhu Rama Rama Ram. Rama Rama Ram, Shri Rama Rama Ram, Prabhu Rama Rama Ram, Jai Jai Rama Rama Ram. Premudita man se kaho Rama Rama Ram, Rama Rama Ram, Rama Rama Ram.
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम।
मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम।
प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम।
पाप कटे दुख मिट एक राम राम,
आप गजे दुख मिटे राम राम।
भव समुद्र सुख निदान एक राम राम।
भव समुद्र सुख निधान एक राम राम।
परम शांति सुख निदान दिव्य राम राम।
परम शांति सुख निधान दिव्य राम राम।
सत्य हृदय सदा बस एक राम राम।
संत हृदय सदा बसत एक राम
Everyone together.
राम। राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम
Once again.
राम। राम राम राम, राम राम राम, राम राम राम, श्री राम राम राम।
शपथ दिव्य राम राम
महादेव सदा दिव्य राम नाम
काशी मात्र मूत्र कहत कहत राम राम
काशी वरद मूर्ति करत राम राम राम
माता पिता बंधु सख सब हे राम राम
माता पिता बंधु सखा सब हे राम नाम
माता पिता बंधु सख सब हे राम राम
माता पिता बंधु सखा सब हे राम नाम
भक्त जन जीवन एक राम राम
भक्त जनक जीवन धन एक राम नाम राम 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 श्री राम राम राम
राम राम
राम राम राम राम
राम राम राम श्री राम 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 राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम
राम राम राम
श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम
राम राम राम
राम राम
राम राम
राम श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम श्री राम राम
राम राम श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम
श्री राम राम राम
राम राम राम राम राम राम राम राम श्री 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 राम श्यावर रामचंद्र की पवन पुत्र हनुमान की.
So this evening I'm coming to satsang here. Now firstly, I know you all advertise Pandit Gyan coming, So can you tell us? So firstly, I want to tell everyone I'm not a Pandit. I consider myself to be a servant of the servant of the servant of the Lord. And what do I mean by that? Very simply, we have these great bhaktas amongst us. We have this great drummer amongst us. We have this great ustad amongst us. And sometimes when you get an opportunity to serve them, like anything that he's coming to play for us tonight. But really and truly, I'm happy that I can accompany him tonight in playing Dolak. I'm happy that I can come and serve just as Prabhu Sri Ram and Prabhu Hanumanji is serving his Lord. So, as you all know, His Holiness Sri Ganapati Satsang Swamiji will be coming to Trinidad very, very shortly. Today is the 2nd, and in 26, 27 days' time, he's going to be here. And I wanted to say something about Hanuman. And so I said that, when you come, how are you going to start? So I told Reshma she'll have to do some Ramayan Chopais, and then she started this katha, a most beautiful katha. So I said to myself, you see, when you plan, sometimes God's plan is always better than our plan. That's for sure. So when she started this katha, I said, perfect opportunity to say a few words about our courage, Siddhi Hanuman. So when Swamiji came up with this whole plan to us, that he's going to build a Hanuman Murti, none of us knew that he was going to build that form of Hanuman. I thought it would be the Hanuman with his, mountain in his hand. Probably it might be Hanuman with opening his chest. There are so many different forms of Hanuman. So when the architect came to Trinidad and I was with him, we had to see about his whole structure. So I asked him, I said, Stapajiji, what design are you going to put Hanuman? And then he showed me this picture. And I looked at it and I said, but why is Swamiji choosing this form of Hanuman? He said, I know why, But when Swamiji comes, he will tell you all why. So on the day of the consecration of the Hanuman, as a matter of fact, when the Hanuman Murti was completed in painting, the architect idea was to cover this Hanuman. And when Swamiji comes, we'll reveal this Hanuman. So he sent, I was giving some devotees this joke the other day, you know. So he sent and he told them, buy cloth to cover this whole Hanuman. Bab, they bought about 20 bolt of cloth and hired some company in Trin City. And the people asked, what are you all going to do with all these cloth? And we told them, they said, well, look, trouble here. So they had to put that cloth in a truck and bring that cloth there. And now the task came to try to cover this Hanuman with this cloth because Swamiji was on a plane flying to come to Trinidad. And let me tell you all something. I was there looking at this thing, and every time they tried, not for hell would this covering go over the Hanuman. It reached a point that they put the covering over Hanuman, and the breeze just blew it off and threw it to the back. So he said, go back and get it again. They brought it, they put it, and they tied it, and the breeze keeps shaking it out. Not knowing that when Swamiji was coming on the plane, the pilot that was traveling on this plane was one of Swamiji's devotees. And he said to Swamiji, he said, Swamiji, come sit in the front of the cockpit of the plane. Swamiji came and he sat on his side. And he said, I'm going to fly you and show you Hanuman. And Swamiji said, yes, he is waiting to see me. But I'll explain that. So he flew the plane. He got permission from Piako Airport because this was basically a non-fly zone. And now we're seeing this huge plane flying at a low altitude. We thought something wrong. And not only that, now the plane circled 3 times around the Hanuman. And Swamiji was able to see directly into the eyes of Hanuman. And then he said, let us go. So he came, and when Swamiji came to the ashram on that day and so on, and he looked at the Hanuman, the architect was telling Swamiji what happened. And Swamiji said, he did not want to be covered. He wanted to see me. And we as devotees can understand what is meant by that. It's not that Swamiji wanted to see Hanuman. And I'll tell you that is simply because of this incarnation of Lord Dattatreya. If you follow Lord Dattatreya, it is said that when he took form, there are 2 forms that will never leave this earth. The first is Hanumanji, that was blessed to be Chiranjeevi, that he would always be on the face of this earth. And that second form is Lord Dattatreya. If you read Datta Puran, it tells you, Lord Dattatreya, when he came on the face of this earth, it is said that he will never leave. He will take form in time and time and time. And in this age of Kali Yuga, Sri Swamiji has taken the form of Sri Swamiji. Now, for many of you, you may not believe this, you may not understand this, because then you're going to come to ask me, well, if Swamiji is God on this earth, why this world going through all what it's going through? So I go ask you now, when Lord Rama was on the earth and Lord Krishna was on the earth, why it had so much negativities? You could answer that? The question is, they came to destroy those. Swamiji said to us, there are 2 kinds of karmas that you will understand, that you will undergo. One is your personal karma, and the second is the karma of the world. And the karma of the world is created by when world leaders begin to do negative things, to hurt people, they want to, all of a sudden they want to drop a bomb in Trinidad and Tobago. For what reason? I know, drop one now. Let me see how many people could kill. And this is the kind of attitude that brings about world karma. And therefore, whilst we will undergo our karma, it is how Prabhu Sri Ram had to come and get rid of Ravan for the havoc he was creating in the world. So too, in the form of Sri Swamiji, Satya Sai Baba, they all had to come in the time here and do certain things. And if I begin to explain to each and every one of you what Swamiji does for this world, you will not understand. But I'll just tell you one. He built this Hanuman, I'll tell you two. He built this Hanuman. Why? When we had the epic chanting in Nagar, I'm sure some of you or many of you would have been there. There were over 12,000 people that came to that chanting. Swamiji had sent a message to me and he said, go throughout this country and go to every home and every community and every temple and sing Sri Hanuman Chalisa. That was an order that was sent to me. So I said, well, how are I going to do that? Because it was me and just a few members. But nevertheless, when the Guru gives order, you simply carry through his order. So we started chanting. We started chanting by the Hanuman Murti. From there, we started to move. And in a matter of space of 2 months' time, we could not handle the amount of requests of temples and people's home they wanted chanting Hanuman Chalisa. So I was amazed at how his Sankalpa was being fulfilled. Then Sri Swamiji had a chanting where he received a world record in India of over 250,000 people, you can Google that, came to the chanting of Parayana, which is the constant chanting of Hanuman Chalisa. When I saw that there, I say, why we can't do the same thing in Trinidad? I like to follow my Guru in this sense. So we started chanting and I ended up talking to Raviji. And myself and Mr. Vishnu Derayan, we said, Raviji, we want to go to the Diwali Nagar and chant Hanuman Chalisa, and we want you to help us plan. So Raviji asked me, how many people are we catering for? I said, 5,000. He looked at me and he smiled. He said, you want to get 5,000 Hindus chanting Hanuman Chalisa? I said, yes. He said, it's impossible. I said, Raviji, nothing is impossible. Let us plan. By the time we planned, and the advertising and the young people came into this large group and started going to every homes and communities and distributing flyers. When I saw, I got a vision in Nagar that there were so many people. So I told Raviji one day in a meeting, I said, G, we catering 10,000 people. He said, well, you had to be mad. 5,000, now you're going to 10,000. So we decided that, okay, we're going to cater for 10,000 people. But I told Raviji and we put out 12,000 chairs. So Swamiji was the one who told me when he came to Trinidad that there were over 12,000 people in Diwali Nagar. The police did tell us, but he told us, he said there were over 12,000 people. But during his talk with us there, he said that this is Hanuman country. And he said something that I can't remember now. And I said to myself that whenever he comes to Trinidad, I must ask him and I must question him. So the last time Swamiji came and he sat, he said, I'm giving you an opportunity to ask any question. So I put up my hand first. I asked my question, and my question was, Swamiji, when we had the chanting at Diwali Nagar, you said that Hanuman was born in this land. Something like that he said, I can't remember exactly. And then he said, yes, you remember that what I said? I said, yes. I said, could you explain that? Swamiji said when Hanuman took the mountain and he was traveling to go back to Sri Lanka, he said while he was traveling in the air, and I am telling you this is what Swamiji said, he said a drop of sweat fell from Hanuman right into this ocean, and this land came up called Trinidad and Tobago. He said, and that is why this land, he told us on the first occasion, this is Hanuman's country. This is Rama's country. And we couldn't understand that. And then he went on to say, the reason at that time when we consecrated, he said to us, it was 85 feet tall that Hanuman revealed himself to Mother Sita. And it was this exact form that he took and he told her, because when she saw him in this form, she prayed to him and she said, I want you to grant me one wish, that I can reunite myself with my Lord. And he said, oh Ma, I bless you. And that is why you will see Hanuman in that form. And therefore, Swamiji said to us, in the form of Karya Siddhi Hanuman, he will give you one wish, that when you come and you ask for that wish, and you pray to him, there is not no if and maybe he is going to give you that wish. And I'll tell you today that there are so many devotees, so many devotees comes to that Hanuman, and they will sit. One day, I was told a gentleman he came to Hanuman several times, and every time he come, he will cry. This man had so much problems that one day when he was leaving his work, he decided while he was driving down the highway, he was going to run into a truck and kill himself. And he only trying to see now which truck he could run and he could go in front of. Until he heard a voice of Hanuman saying, do not do what you are doing. Come and see me now. So this man wanted to know, well, who talking to him? He said, come and see me now at the Murti. So he realized that some force is talking to him. So he came to the Hanuman Murti, and there was a gentleman who was there that Swamiji had. And he told him, he said, you know what? I was going to kill myself this evening. I was going to commit suicide. And I heard the voice of Hanuman calling me here. And the gentleman looked at him and said, go in front of Hanuman and cry all your problems and everything will be okay. And that gentleman cried. Today his life, he has gotten a lot of assistance. I remembered some years ago I went to do a singing in a yag, and I saw this little child jumping. So I said to him, I said, boy, you jumping like a real Hanuman, you know. So the mother looked at me after and said, but his name is Hanuman. I said, really? I said, how come? So she said, I want to tell you a story. She said, I couldn't have children. And I went to that Hanuman because I heard the Swami had said that when you go and pray to him, whatever you ask for, you will get. So she said, you know what? I wanted a son. I wanted a child. So she said she used to go and pray. But before Swamiji left after the consecration, he left one gentleman. His name was Pashupati. And he told him that when people come here, you must talk to them and you must tell them. And she said to me that day, she said, you know, he called me and he said to her, he said, Madam, today you go to Hanuman and ask him for whatever you want. There is something that you want and you must go to him and ask him and he will give you. And she said to me, crying, my desire that day was to really ask Hanuman for a child. She said, and this is the child that Hanuman gave me. So I'm saying to you that there are countless numbers of people who have come and have prayed. And Swamiji said to us one day, we do not understand the power of what we have. When Swamiji was going to consecrate was going to build one of these Hanuman Murtis in India, in his ashram, he sent people and he said to go on so-and-so mountain and go on so-and-so place, and you will get a slab of rock 101 feet tall. Take it and bring it to the ashram. So they went and they were looking and looking and looking. And eventually when they saw this large rock and they measured it, it measured 101 foot. So they were laughing because Trinidad had 85-foot Hanuman, they wanted 101-foot Hanuman. Swamiji said no. He said this Hanuman is a special Hanuman. He said the one that we will make in Mysore will be 75 feet, not 85 feet. And that one stands 75 and 85. Again, we don't know. We can only anticipate. So coming further to say that Sri Swamiji has told us maybe about 2-3 years ago that he wanted to come to do something called a Maharudra Yagya, which is a very powerful yajna to Lord Shiva. And then COVID came about and nothing couldn't happen. Then after the COVID, he said to us last year in Dallas that he wants to come to Trinidad and perform this yagya. And then he went further to say to us, if I do not come to Trinidad and perform this yagya this time, he said, you all think you have problems in Trinidad? He said, the problems that you have coming, you cannot even imagine what problems you have. He said, and I cannot afford to let my people suffer. So he is coming with almost about 35 priests are coming from India, from the US, and we are going to perform this yagya. We have built a special yagya shala. Swamiji is celebrating Hanuman Jayanti. This year will be 20th year anniversary of Hanuman, so he's celebrating that 20th year. He's also celebrating Ram Navami. He's also doing special Homa pujas, as we call them. That is big sacrifices of fire worship to Lord Ganesh, to Lord Shiva. The Maharudra Yagya is the first time a yagya of this magnitude will be performed outside of India. And he's also doing Devi worship, which is called, the Homa is called Chandi Homa. It's a very powerful Homa, Devi Homa, that is only performed during the Navratri, but he said that it will have to be performed here. So, Trinidad and Tobago is very blessed to have Sri Swamiji, and also his second in command called Sri Bala Swamiji will be coming to Trinidad. We are also celebrating his 80th birthday. But more than that, Swamiji wants everyone to come. He has been asking us to chant Shivaya Rudraya Namaha, which you all would have been hearing. On Saturday coming, we are going to Aripo River with Pandit Nara. There are hundreds of devotees. I hope we will be able to handle everybody. But we are going to be chanting Shivaya Rudraya Namaha mantra, asking people to bathe and make offerings onto the lingam that is there. So all is in preparation of making sure that we prepare. Just as when you ask the Pandit to come on a certain day for your puja, you begin to clean your home and prepare yourself by fasting and charging your body with the energies. So too we are doing this at the ashram, and plenty of work is going on. So I want to invite everyone, if it's 3 days, which is the 31st and the 1st and the 2nd, if it's 3 days in your life, I am sitting here today and begging you to come to that ashram. It's for those 3 days of the yajna. It is very powerful, powerful, powerful. It will be good for you, your family, and we are doing this for the country. So, coming back to the Katha and what has been happening, there are so many different things that happen in this world for us to understand what is going on. And it is said that COVID has taught us the greatest lesson of how we must try to unite as a people, unite within our families to support us during this time of what circumstances have happened. The entire world has been hit, that today we are now starting to recover, and then things are still happening. Swamiji said that we are the cause, and when I said we the people of this world, we are the cause of what is happening, because we are hardened, we are not disciplined. And he is telling us about doing disciplines in our daily lives. So too in our homes, we'll know, as Reshma just talked about the child that she said in school is not disciplined. And so too in society today, we have so many difficulties. And the young people today, I tell you something, God really had to help you, you know. When I think about these children and what they have to go to school, I have 2 young grands, and today I was telling them in work, I said, when my granddaughter ready to go to school, I was 2 on my waist, you know. Because anybody interfere with she, I go to, you know what I mean? And this is how we are forced to think. But I keep telling people, you see this chanting of Sri Hanuman Chalisa, believe me, that is so powerful. Because when you have, as Swamiji told us, he said if you were to have the opportunity to sit down and sing 108 Hanuman Chalisas at one point in time, that force of Hanuman will never leave you in your lifetime. And whenever you take birth and birth and birth, that energy of Hanuman is going to be with you. And believe me, sometimes I am in situations, and I tell you, I know that it's only His grace and Hanumanji's blessings save us from things. You remember the earthquake that it had some years ago that came, and they said it measured 7 point something that hit Trinidad? A couple days before Swamiji left Trinidad, he told us to chant this Shivaya Rudraya Namaha mantra. When I reached in the airport and he was about to leave, he called me. He said, Gyani, come. I want you in the next day, from today until the next 2 days, get everybody in the ashram to chant 1,000 times Shivaya Rudraya Namaha. And he said to me that Trinidad needs it. So I went back in the ashram and we started chanting and so on, and the next day we chanted. When the earthquake came and rocked us in Trinidad, do you know that nothing happened to us, right? And we boasted. A 7 point something hit, was it, which, Syria? Turkey and Syria. You saw what happened? You know what Swamiji said in India? He said the entire Trinidad was supposed to be flattened by that earthquake. He said the entire of Trinidad and Tobago was supposed to be flattened by that earthquake. And the chanting of that Shivaya Rudraya Namaha mantra and what he did before he left is what saved us. And he has saved us on many occasions you all don't know. And I'll tell you the last thing. You remember when we had the coup? Just before, 2 days before the coup happened, Swamiji summons the president of the device and he said, come to Germany and meet me now. He jumped in a plane and he went to Germany. When he reached in Germany, Swamiji was doing a concert for healing and meditation. And as soon as he walked through the door, Swamiji stopped the concert and looked at him and said, Trinidad is in grave problems. Swamiji pointed at him and said, Trinidad is in great problems. He said to us, I know you Trinidad and we have no problem. I didn't leave any difficulties. He said, phone Trinidad now. Only to hear that Abu Bakr had taken over Trinidad. Swamiji said to him, he said, come, we must save Trinidad. And Swamiji summons his pundits and they started to perform puja, Homa puja. And on the day that Abu Bakr gave up in Trinidad, Swamiji told him, we are going to offer the Purnahuti into the fire. You must offer it on behalf of Trinidad. And Swamiji told him, do one thing. Look at your time now that you're offering. The exact time that the Purnahuti was offered into the fire, it was the exact time that Abu Bakr gave up. And then Swamiji said, I will come to Trinidad to liberate those souls. When he came to Trinidad, he went to the parliament. And all he went into the parliament, because of those people who died, he said he had to go and liberate those souls. So as I told you, there are so many, as I'm talking about these things, there are so many things. And why I'm telling you these things, some people say, and I'm saying it because we're on live on social media. People used to say to us that, you know, your Swami only come in Trinidad for money, boy. He only come in for money. He charging for this, charging for that. And I used to just look at them and laugh. You know when I met Swamiji in 1986, right? Swamiji told us, what a group of us, he said, people think I come Trinidad for their money. He said, give me $1 bill. We hand Swamiji a $1 bill, and he passed it in his hand, and it converted to a $100 bill. He said, check and see if it's good or not good. And when we check it, the money was good. And he took it and he changed it back to a $1 bill. He said, do I need your money? He said, I don't need your money. He said, what I want from you is your bad karmas. That is all I want. And he always keeps telling us that when he comes to Trinidad, his 2 suitcases are empty, and when he's leaving, he's only leaving with our karmas. That is why when he's walking, you will hear people say, you cannot touch him. Because when he's walking amongst the midst of people, he's pulling your karmas. And he also said to the world one day, he said, people asked one day a question, why do you travel the world? Why don't you stay one place? He said, no, I have to travel this world. This is my duty. He said, and to those people who have darshan of me one time, they see me with their eyes one time, it is guaranteed them enough. In their next lifetime, they will be born a human being. You hear what he said? You will have that darshan to be born a human being in your next life. So, as I said, there are so many things. Why I'm saying this today is because soon you'll hear me on the radio stations pleading to people to come and avail yourself that opportunity of being there and having his blessings. Because I'll tell you something. There are places like, for example, in America, they are asking, Swamiji, why don't you come to America? Why are you going to a little country like Trinidad? Swamiji has come to Trinidad and launched all major activities because of the positioning of Trinidad. In 1995, he came and did the Jana Raksham Yatra mantra. Om Aim Shim Shivarama Nagadatai Namaha. Then Om Namo Hanumate was born here. Shivaya Rudraya Namaha mantra was born here. And people are amazed, even in India, why is Trinidad so fortunate that when Swamiji come, these things happen, that he begin to chant these different mantras. Well, I can't say more on that. He knows exactly why. But I'll tell you one thing he said to us when we went to Aripo River in 1986. And I was there, I was standing next to him. And he said, 25,000 years ago, Trinidad, this whole landmass was one. And I took avatar on this land. And that is why I came back to reclaim my land, Trinidad and Tobago. And when he was 9 years old, his mother told him that you must go and find a Ripo called Sera Ripo that is mentioned in the Brahma Puranas. And that river is a Ripo river. And I challenge you all today. Last year, every Shivratri, I go to a Ripo river, perform Shiv Puja and take a bath before we start chanting, waking through the night. I took a bottle of water from Aripo last year. And this year, I saw the bottle and my wife said, take the bottle and you'll empty the water and you will go back and full. When I started to put the water in my hand, there was nothing wrong with the water. When I smelled the water, there was no smell. And then I remembered what Swamiji said. This water that is running in Aripo is healing water. He said, if you test this water, it will never be impure. It will always be pure. And you all should come and bathe here as often as possible and do meditation and prayer. And that is when we asked Swamiji in 1986, do we have to go to Datta Ganga in India, Ganga, to be purified? He said, no, you have a very powerful river. And he said to us, that river was created by Lord Parashurama for Lord Dattatreya. He said when he hit his axe on the ground and he lifted his axe, that river started flowing. So as I said, I sit here and all these things are coming, and there's so much more I would not say tonight, but I want you to come and experience. And I always tell people one thing. I am not asking anybody here to be a devotee of Swamiji. No. What I want to tell you is that you must come on a Saturday and a Tuesday and walk around Hanuman with your family and take that energy. This gentleman here can attest to what it does as well. All of us here. Okay? So come, get that blessing, chant Sri Hanuman Chalisa. That is why our community here is developing, because of the blessings of Hanuman. So with these few words, I'd like to join now and sing Sri Hanuman Chalisa. Only most fitting that we should. So please join with her. Everybody here know the Hanuman Chalisa by heart? No? If it's one prayer you must try to learn in your lifetime, it's Sri Hanuman Chalisa. And the reason for it, that blessings of Hanuman is always there. And every time I tell people this, whenever I go to do, sometime every morning I like to go and walk. And when I begin to walk, the first thing will start coming to me is I chant Sri Hanuman Chalisa without even thinking what I'm doing. And that energy is always there with us. So please join.
Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Ram Shri Ram Shri Ram Jai Jai Ram Shri Guru Charana Saroj Raja Nija Mana Mukura Sudhar Varano Raghubar Vimala Yasha जोदायक पलचार बुद्धहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहे हरहु कलेश विकार
जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर
जय कपीश तिहु लोक उजागर
राम तुलित बलदामा
अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा
महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी
कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी
कंचन वरण विराज सुबेशा
वानर कुंडल कुंचित केशा
हाथ मारु ध्वजा विराजे
कांची मूंज जनेऊ साजे
शंकर सुर केसरी नंदन
तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन
विद्यावान बुद्धि अति चातुर
राम काज करिबे को आतुर
प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया
राम लखन सीता मन बसिया
सूक्ष्म देखावा
विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा
धरी असुर संहारे
रामचंद्र के काज सवारे
लाय सजीवन लखन जिलाए
श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए
रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई
तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई
तुम्हारो यश गावे
अज करि श्रीपति कर कल गावे
संतान ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा
नारद शारद सहित
सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान 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 की जय.
So we like to do this last Nirvan Sakta. So we ask Lord Shiva to shower blessing, special blessings upon Mataji as we sing Nirvan. So I'll ask everyone, where you seated, please close your eyes. Let us think about Lord Shiva. Let us think of Mama. Let us think of Mama in the laps of Lord Shiva. She is saying to us, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. I am not consciousness, I am not bliss, I am Shiva, I am Shiva. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Manobhuta Hankara Chittaninaham. Na chakshrotra jeve, na chagrana netre, na chavyoma bhume, na tejo na vayu. Everyone, Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Na cha prana samjona Vai Panchavayu, na chavapta daturna va panchakosha, na va paripada, na kopashtapayu.
Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham.
Name Desharago, Name Lovamoho, Madhuneva Meneva, Asarya Bhava, Na Dharmo na Kato, na Kamo na Moksha.
Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham.
Na punyam na papam, na shokyam na dukkham, na mantro na tirtam, na vedha na yajna. Aham bhojanam neva, bhojam na bhokta.
Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham.
Namretyo na sankana me jati bhedha. Pita neva me neva, mata na janma. Na bandho era metram, guru neva shishya.
Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham. Chidananda Rupa, Shivoham Shivoham.
Aham nirvikalpo निराकाररूपो विभुवत्र सर्वत्र सर्वेन्द्रियाणां न चासङ्गतं नैव मृत्युर्नम्येष
चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपः शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवो शिवोऽहं शिवो शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं. Bless her soul, let it dwell in Rama. Each day make her pure, improve her karma. Bless her soul, let it dwell in Rama. Each day make her pure, improve her karma. Oh Lord Rama, if it's one thing we're asking, oh Lord Rama, if it's one thing we're asking, give her your love and give her your blessing. Give her your love and give her your blessing. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jaya Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jaya Jai Rama. Shri Ram Jai Ram,
Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram, Jai Jai Rama.
So as we put our hands together, within our hearts, it is only we can, you can offer your personal prayer from the depths of your heart. You can plead with Bhagwan in whichever way and in whatever form that you worship the Lord. Give your love to Mama. Oh Bhagwan, as she continues this travel, may you bless her again and again. O Mani Dhano Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundhari Kaksha Preta Moksha Pradho Bhava Preta Moksha Pradho Bhava Preta Moksha Pradho Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhu Cha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Syavar Ramachandra ki
Jai.
Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki
Jai.
Shri Ganesha Bhagavan ki
Jai.
Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma ki
Jai.
Satya Sanatan Dharma ki
Jai.
Satya Sanatan Dharma ki
Jai.
Om Shri Guru Bhyo Namaha Hari Om. So I would like to thank my sister Nalini, who's, I don't know if she's here tonight, but she was the one who arranged for us to be here. I'm very happy to be in this home. I think as singers, musicians, when we get this opportunity to come to our home and sing, we consider it to be a great blessing that you have given us, because there are so many people could have come, but you chose at this time that we are here. And again, from the depths of our heart, we thank you very sincerely, and we pray and ask, may the merits of this satsang tonight, all the merits of your love and your devotion, go to Mama, and may she use this at the time that she will need to use it. So again, I'd like to thank the family for giving us this opportunity. Thank you, Sister.
and his group for blessing us today with the beautiful bhajans, and my DDG for the excerpts of the Ramayana. No matter how much time I personally will hear any part, when I'm hearing it, it comes like I'm hearing it for the first time. And I'm always front seat and center, waiting to hear the other piece of the story or whatever. So it was really, really nice, really refreshing. And I'm sure it was simply put for everyone, even the little one, to take away something from it. So thanks so much again for that. All right. Just some simple announcement before you all leave. We have some light refreshments prepared. So we'd ask you to stay, sit back and partake of these refreshments, which were prepared with love. This is our 10th month, monthly satsang. So we have one more to go. And we're asking everybody to join us again on the 2nd of April. And then for the 1 year Shrad, which will take place on the 21st of April. So once again, I know a lot of people have taken their time to join us today. School night, so please stay with us, have some refreshments, and on your way back home, please be safe. And I hope to see everyone next month on the 2nd. Jai Shri Ram.
Check out Navin Lalo streaming network for all your streaming needs. We provide multiple angles, video and photo slides, clean audio, recording a full live stream. Contact us at 335-0205. Remember the name, Navin Lalo Streaming Network, bringing real-time